Good morning, everybody. This is Jack with the Trading Tribe. Today I have a really exciting video to share one of my main strategies I use on a daily basis to trade futures, and it is called a gap up or a gap up continuation. Thank you so much for coming to the video today. Please like, subscribe down below, hit the bell if you want to get notified of my future video releases, and thank you again for tuning in. So I'm going to demonstrate this strategy with the natural gas future, which at this point is kind of my bread and butter on a day trading basis, and I am trading this instrument almost every single day. And like I've mentioned in some of my past videos, this future or instrument is only untradeable during the weekends. And this is good and bad. Obviously, weekends, most people have time off, so it's kind of a bummer in that sense, but it is a good thing in building demand. So after Friday night's close, when Sunday the instrument opens back up again, sometimes there is an imbalance in supply and demand. And as traders, we really want to be able to spot that, because that can make trading with the trend a lot easier. So in this case, on Friday night, that is kind of this left-hand corner of the chart. At the top left, you can always see the date and time, by the way. That's kind of the best way to timestamp it. And you'll notice this is kind of the end of that Friday. So the market closes. That's what this striped dotted line is right there. And then the market opens Sunday afternoon. So the 12th was a Sunday, and at about 5 p.m. Central Time, it opens back up. And when I say a gap up, I really just mean a gap in price. So you'll notice on that Friday night, price ended at about 3.9, and on that Sunday night open, price gapped all the way up to 3.98. So it jumped up 800 ticks in just a weekend. And anytime there is a substantial move like this is something to just be aware of as a trader, either on Monday morning when you wake up or on Sunday night when you check the charts. And in this case, right, it was a gap up, which means there was at least big buyers over the weekend putting in market orders that got filled right when the market opened, or supply and demand have shifted that much to where when the instrument opens, it jumps up to meet that demand or meet that new demand order imbalance. So once we notice this, especially an 800 tick move, it's really what happens after this that matters. So do we hold this level or do we not? And in this case, it did a pretty good job holding this 3.98 level. As the market got closer to the open, it did break it one time substantially, but right away it recovered. So that's the first thing to notice, right? Is it holding that gap up level and uptrending still, or is it coming and kind of closing that gap? So when I woke up, we were kind of unsure until this breakout. So you'll notice after this gap up, the high was at this level right about here. So it touched it a couple times in the early morning, came and retested it again in the early morning, and then this final time where it came and touched the level, it actually broke through it. And this is one of my favorite strategies that we've gone over multiple times on this channel already, but this is called a breakout retest. So anytime there's a level in the markets that is hit multiple times and respected, once that level is broken, typically that level acts as the opposite the next time. So in this case, it was the ceiling multiple times, and once it's not the ceiling anymore, almost always with the rules of support and resistance, it can turn into the floor. So when it did come back down to retest it, not only did I have a gap up in my favor and trading in the same direction, right, betting on it going up, but also I had confluence on the day-to-day chart, because on that specific day, right, it was setting up for a breakout retest. And that's what they call a strategy confluence or an indicator confluence, because multiple things are lining up in one direction. So at the end of the day, I ended up taking this second dip and selling into the strength at those overall kind of highs around 4.7. And this is an example of how to trade a gap up, especially when it continues in that direction. I will have a video on gap downs and how to trade gap downs, but this is one of my favorite strategies, especially when it holds that gap, because it's almost a promised uptrending day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Excited to be releasing videos now once or twice a week. Please tune in for those. Thanks again.